You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The GOAT Shop on Hits 92.3, the real
definition of internet radio. I'm one of your hosts, Pushalini Da God.
GOAT Shop, sports talk radio, who we talking about, man?
Man, don't ask me nothing about no Shannon Sharp, bro.
I'm Stony Brown, this is the GOAT Shop on Hits 92.3. Hey, beat Brady that Super Bowl, it would have been free.
Yeah, the entertainment, like that's why we talking about it. Because of the cap.
Man, don't ask me nothing about no Shannon Sharp, bro.
It was easy fix. But if that's the noise that's going to be heard while we recording.
I don't think we would have heard it with the door shut, but it just irritated.
I heard it through the. That's why I said that's the sound.
Oh, yeah. You hot.
Oh, what's up? Morning. Oh, damn. Goddamn. We talking about toilet fixtures and stuff like that. Good morning. It's your boy Stoner Brown. This is the GOAT Shop, our weekly sports show every day from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So you can catch us in the middle of the day on your first break or lunch break. If not, you can watch us on YouTube at the GOAT Shop 404. Watch our clips on Instagram and TikTok. And you know what I'm saying? Just catch up with all things sports. Yesterday, we had a wonderful interview with a rising star flag football player named My Angel Ross. Wonderful name, of course. Our mom named her that. Brilliant, bright-eyed, beautiful young girl with amazing talent and capabilities on the flag football field. As her coach said, her stats speak for themselves. Coach E, if you're watching the show, you need to get in contact with My Angel Ross. Matter of fact, I'm going to put y'all together. Lakers played last night. Luka goes back to Dallas last night. Excuse me. And drops 45 on their head ass. Drops 45 on their head ass in Dallas. Huh? Don't you miss me now? They did catch candid video of Luka crying during the they had a dedication to him, a little, you know what I'm saying, which was dope, you know what I'm saying, which it was a little too late. There also was controversy yesterday because the Mavs were trying to link with Luka's with some of the sponsors. Who that? Yolanda Bennett. Stoner. Who's Yolanda Bennett? What's up, Stoner? What's up, Yolanda? Why don't I know that name? Oh, what's up, Herbal Trucker? Goddamn, you and your goddamn 7 goddamn pages and shit. Goddamn, y'all trying to take the world over. She got like 3-4 pages for real. Goddamn. Oh, I need to get that done. Stoner! I need to get the beep, beep. Oh my God, I gotta get that done. Stoner! Yeah, we gotta do that. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Light the blood up. Light the blood up. Gotta be like the joint up. I had to get off the blunt 2 years ago. Like the joint up. Like it. Yeah, there we go, man. Stoner! I gotta get that done. I'm gonna do that. Man, I'm gonna do that whole fucking. Hey. That's why we pay you the not so big bucks, but they're substantial enough bucks. That's why we pay you the. Shit. Me and you will never part. Anyway, shit. That just threw me all off. Stoner! I gotta do the mustard. Turn the TV off. I gotta get that shit. That is so. That is dope. Now I gotta have my own show just to open up with that music. Anyway, damn boy. Yeah, I know somebody gonna do it for me. I already know who I'm gonna hit up and get it done for me. Cause that's my walk-in music from now on, bro. Y'all niggas ain't gonna have your own walk-in music. I'm about to have my own walk-in music. Appreciate it, Herbal Trucker. Damn, what we talking about? Talking about Luca. I did everything just feels better with the mustard voice. You know what I'm saying? Rent paid. I got there. Everything just feels better with the mustard. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. I just gotta anyway. Yeah, man, I'm feeling good, man. I needed that, bro. I needed that. Been a whole lot going on this week.
What's up with the guy who got been waiting on you to come back to tell me? What's up with the guy who got carted off the court? He dunked and hurt himself.
Oh yeah. I think he broke his wrist. I'm not sure.
His wrist?
Yeah.
And he took him off on a stretcher over a wrist?
Yeah, I mean it can be. You know what I'm saying? If it's hurting you enough that you don't want to walk and then swing the motherfucking broke. I don't know. I gotta look into it, make sure to see what his injury was. From the replay though, that was on Sports Center. That nigga yammed that shit so hard, he should have broke it. There was anger in there. There was. I think he was hearing the mustard music in his head as he was going up. Mustard! Broke his own fucking wrist. Turn the TV off. Nah. Anyway, yeah. Call in people 404-254-4347. Goddamn, gotta shout Kels out. I saw her doing her little line dance yesterday. That shit was cute. You know what I'm saying? Kels hilarious. Kels is a one of a kind person. I appreciate that. Shout out Kels. Yeah, no, that ain't because of Kels. We gonna talk off the air, but that ain't because. Don't be trying to blame. Listen. Turn the TV off, right? Goddamn. What the? Out here with these bold-faced lies, goddamn. You can try that with your other homeboys. You know who I am. I'm not that brother. You got 7. You got 8. You got 8 brothers now. You got 8 brothers now. Don't try this one. I don't know what the other one's gonna tell you, but don't try this one. Again, you know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I'm saying? How about them sports? How about them? Anyway, Luka drops 45 last night. Second player to ever drop 45 points for 2 different teams in one season. And he just had hella just angst and disgust for them the whole game. He didn't want to, he did some dap ups at the end, but in the beginning it was like all business. And he came out there and they let him run and do whatever he wanted to do. So congratulations to the Lakers for another win. Still only third in the West right now, which is not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's way better than a lot of us thought they would be this deep in the season. You know what I'm saying? Close into the playoffs. We knew that they could probably make the playoffs, but to be third in the East, that's a great feat because OKC, which they beat OKC, and the OKC came back and beat them the next time they played, which was crazy that Adam Silver booked 2 games versus OKC in the same week. Like, I can see what LeBron is talking about, where he's talking about load management and players, you know what I'm saying, having to play these crazy schedules. But from a fan's point of view, it's amazing. Got to see y'all beat OKC handily and then turn around and saw OKC come back and beat y'all. So it was a great, it's a great, it's parody. It's great parody as a fan. Doesn't look like anybody's just gonna walk away with just the championship for no reason. Last night's games are Magic over Celtics 96-76, 76ers over Wizards 122-103, Raptors over Hornets 126-96, Lakers over Mavericks 112-97, Bulls over Heat 119-111, Jazz over Trailblazers 133-126, and Spurs over Warriors 114-111. That was a way closer game than it. I mean, the score is close to the end, but the Warriors look pretty good. Thunder versus Suns, 120. Thunder over Suns, sorry, 125-112. Suns are definitely a dumpster fire right now. And Nuggets over the Kings. I say that because they have no identity. They have some, some three of the biggest stars in the game right now between Kevin Durant, Book, and Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have the pieces. Y'all just can't figure out how to make it work. You know what I'm saying? I have a feeling that their coach is probably going to get fired. The Suns coach is probably fired at the end of this season. And
So they're not like football. They don't fire you in the middle of the season.
yeah, Mike Malone got fired the other day from the Mavs. You got a bottle of water? I think all that mustard and goddamn kicked up my allergies.
Yes, I got you. Give me a second. Let me go find the other.
Matter of fact, let's take a break. Let's take a quick break. I can run and get some water, and Pusha can get settled in. It's the GOAT Shop, y'all.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At Nurse to Beauty, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, Nurse to Beauty is ready and available for all of your postoperative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other postoperative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile postoperative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.nursetobeauty.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at Nurse to Beauty. See you next time.
We back on? Oh, okay.
Back on the GOAT Shop Sports Talk Live on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. I'm one of your hosts, checking in, Pushalini Da God.
And I am Stoner Brown, as you already know. Think Mike Dunleavy fired at the end of the season?
Mike Dunleavy, who he coach?
No. Who's the coach of the Phoenix? I thought it was Dunleavy still. I think he is. Logo, roster.
If Denver,
sorry, Mike Budenhauser. Sorry.
If Denver can lose their coach, then Phoenix can lose theirs.
I think he's gone.
Because Denver, they just went on a skid, kind of similar to what the Lakers were doing like a month ago. Mm-hmm. I don't think that you can blame the coach when he's using the same team that he's won a championship with. It won because in from my perspective, it's like, okay, we won the finals off of the Murray Joker duo.
Right.
Murray is not playing to the level that he played when they won the finals. He's streaky.
Right. Definitely.
That's not a coaching issue. Like it's no way to make a player tap into his skill set other than him just tapping into it. I mean, from my perspective, because it's a personal thing. It's just like an actor.
Mm-hmm.
You may win an Oscar on this movie, but they don't say that the director or the writer of every movie after your Oscar winner is a bad director or a writer just because you didn't win an Oscar. They don't even say that you're a bad actor if you don't continue to win Oscars. So it's like it's a talent that you have to tap into as an individual and really bring out the best product that you can bring out. And if you can't seem to do that, then you can't blame that on the coach. Like, I don't know if it's locker room issues that he doesn't have control over that could be the potential problem.
Right.
But I just don't see, like, I see Phoenix being more of a coach's issue than Denver. I just think Denver isn't performing to the level that people probably think they should, and they had to blame somebody, so they blame the coach.
Yeah, that's what I think happened. I 100% feel like that. That's what's happening in Denver. In Phoenix, I think it's a coaching situation.
Yeah, I think so too. You got Devin Booker and Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. I don't see how you can't make that. What are they standings right? Where are they right now, Phoenix? Because I know if Sacramento would have won last night, they would have clinched. They would have clinched the 9th spot in the West. So where's Phoenix?
Phoenix is first team out.
Oh man,
They're number 11.
Oh well, yeah. I don't see how you have that big night, 3 and can't make the playoffs.
Before the game started last night, you had 4 teams all with the same record, which were LA Clippers, Memphis Grizzlies, Denver Nuggets, and Golden State Warriors. Every team was 47 and 31. With the Warriors losing last night, that drops them down to 47 and 33. And with Memphis, with the Nuggets winning last night, that jumped them up to 48 and 32. So 1, 2, and 3 is Oklahoma City, Houston Rockets, Los Angeles Lakers. That win last night for Denver catapult them up to the 4th spot.
From the 6th spot.
From the 6th spot. And put them to the 4th spot. But that loss for Golden State dropped them to the 7th spot. So they're now in the play-in if the playoffs start tonight.
Golden State had no business losing to the Spurs last night.
No business.
Sorry, Tanisha. I'm not trying to give your team a hard time. But the Spurs are 3 spots up from last place in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State has been on a tear since they got Jimmy Butler. I don't really see how a Spurs team with no Wemby.
Yeah, but you still got, DeAndre Fox.
Yeah, you got De'Aaron
Fox.
You got some pieces, but
you still got
more
Chris
than
Paul.
Golden State.
No, you don't have enough. You don't have more firepower.
Right.
Than Golden State. Golden State had no business losing that game. But, it goes back to what game was that? What game did they play before that where Buddy Hield decides he's going to take the shot contested and Steph is open in the corner?
Oh, no, I didn't catch that.
Man, did you catch that clip? The clip is funny as hell because on the next timeout, Steve brings Buddy Hield over to Steph and says, "Hey, Buddy, I want to introduce you to Stephen Curry. He's the best open shooter in history
of NBA.
Of the NBA. In case you didn't know. And everybody laughed about it.
Yeah, but that's what you should do as a coach. That's how you keep your job.
Mm-hmm.
When the team isn't performing like a team should perform, then there's something to be said.
Right.
But let's say if Buddy Hield would have passed Steph Curry the ball and Steph Curry would have missed the shot, it's no way for Steve Kerr to coach Steph Curry into being a more accurate shooter. He's already had all the shooting coaches he's going to have.
Right.
He's already made more shots as far as threes than anybody's ever made.
Right.
So if he's missing, he's just off today.
He just off.
So that's why I was just saying, back to the original the question that you was asking me about the coaching with Denver and Phoenix. I think some things are a coaching issue. I think some things are a personnel issue. The coach has to know the difference.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think Phoenix is a coaching issue. And then because I haven't seen Devin Booker just give up.
Nope.
I haven't seen KD just give up.
Nope.
When Bradley Beal was healthy and playing, he brought intensity. You know what I'm saying? But they haven't figured out the combination with other players, supporting cast, and they don't got no identity. What is our identity? All right, because even with the Lakers, bringing in Luka, yeah, this may be LeBron's team, but Luka is Weapon X.
Right.
That's clear. In Phoenix, it's not clear.
Nobody's playing at a 30+ level consistently over there.
Right.
And I think that's what the problem is. Like, you can't even count on Booker and this is not saying that they're not playing well, is they're not playing as good as we expect them to. Coming out of I don't know if it's burnout from the Olympics, but Booker showed up in the Olympics. Kevin Durant showed up in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe that's all I can think of is it's fatigue. Because
I mean, I would give it to fatigue because we also saw how it impacted Joel Embiid.
Right.
But the lowest level player on that team was Tyrese Halliburton.
Right.
Tyrese Halliburton didn't play throughout it, but he still came away from the Olympics and contributed to his team in a high level. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play many minutes, but he's contributing at a high level. So fatigue for me is not enough.
Right.
There's something else there.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? There's something else missing in Phoenix that we're not seeing behind the scenes or off the court. Because on the court, we're seeing great, hold on. It's not like they got a bullshit roster either.
Yeah, they should be winning.
They should be winning. You got Grayson Allen.
But are they better than the play-in teams? Like, because they're not better than Golden State. They're not better than Minnesota. Who's the other two players?
Sacramento and Dallas.
If Dallas is healthy, they're not better than Dallas. So Sacramento is really the only team
that they have a chance
they even had a chance at knocking out of position. If we're being realistic,
the West. I mean, if you think about it, like in those
West
terms,
is brutal, bro.
The West is just stacked. It's just stacked. Had KD stayed in Brooklyn, you'd have had a better chance of making a run. But the West Coast is stacked. Honestly, OKC, Houston, LA, Denver, LA Clippers, and Memphis Grizzlies. That's the top 6 teams.
We watch some of these teams go up or down 3 to 4 positions in the rankings from week to week, just off of how they beat up on each other. So it's not really like, it's not really much Phoenix could have done. I mean, go to their roster like you was about to do, so we can.
Yeah, but their record should not be 35 and 45.
Right, they should have a winning record. Okay. Grayson Allen, Bradley Beal, Bobo, Devin Booker.
That's 5.
Kevin Durant. Yeah, they don't really. Okay, we probably can say.
So you got 6 star players so far.
Well, you got 4.
Booker, Durant, Beal, Bobo.
Bobo. That's 4.
That's 4
solid three bona fide stars and a rising star. Bo should develop into something.
Right. Grayson Allen is a
Great contributor.
Yep.
Cody Martin.
Yep.
Tyus Jones.
Yeah. Tyus Jones is a good role player.
Mason Plumlee has had his
he's had his time.
moments.
Yeah.
Royce O'Neal has had his moment.
Yeah.
Monte Morris is okay. He's not.
So you think it's a depth thing?
Yeah, they don't have the depth, bro. They don't have it. They're right where they're supposed to be. I got to correct myself.
They don't have the depth
based on the West and how it's set up right now. They can run first five. When substitutions start to happen, they don't have it. They don't have the points coming off the bench, and they don't necessarily have that lockdown defense.
All right, so they still should not be less than Sacramento. Sacramento's roster don't have it. Definitely don't have it.
Let me see. Valanciunas, Sabonis, Keegan Murray, Malik Monk. Far as you want to go stars first?
It's stars.
Okay,
first.
DeMar DeRozan,
right?
Valanciunas,
right?
Sabonis,
3.
Zach LaVine,
4.
Jay Crowder was a solid role player.
So see now, look, we're already getting into role players.
But they got more solid role players than Phoenix does. That's what I was gonna say. So you got Jay Crowder, you got Keon Ellis, you got Markelle Fultz.
Markelle Fultz, definitely a baller.
Trey Lyles,
definitely balling.
Malik Monk,
baller,
and Doug McDermott. Even though McDermott is not the McDermott
that he was
he was coming out of Creighton,
yeah,
he still can ball.
Yeah.
That's why I think they just got more role players.
Beast in Creighton.
Yeah, McDermott was a beast playing for his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he was crazy.
They got more role players. Their roster is better.
It seems like they got more winners, guys who just are committed to winning.
Yeah, but you got KD, bro.
Yeah, but he's not enough. For them to win with that roster, KD got to give you 35, 40 a night. And Booker got to give you probably like
25, 30.
Yeah, 25, 30. Or reverse. Booker got to give you 35 and 40, and KD got to give you 25, 30. For them to win with that lineup.
Yeah, I think that KD gonna have to get out of there. Him and Booker.
He a team hopper anyway, so
yeah. You gonna have to get out of there. The East is already locked in as well, because of how far Cleveland is ahead of everybody else. Cleveland won, Boston, New York locked them in a 3rd position so far. Indiana, Milwaukee, and Detroit. That's the first 6 teams in. God damn, Detroit.
They gonna mess up somebody playoffs.
They gonna fuck up somebody playoffs.
I got Detroit and Atlanta messing up somebody first round.
Detroit gonna mess up somebody first round.
Man.
They're gonna fuck up somebody's shit. All right, and then like you said, the next 4 teams in the playing teams will be the Orlando Magic, Atlanta Hawks, Chicago Bulls, Miami Heat, putting the Toronto Raptors as the first team out.
Detroit and Atlanta could potentially upset somebody in the first round. The Bulls is gonna be the sleeper. The Heat, I feel like the Heat are just underperforming, and the trade set them back a little bit. I don't think they're truly the 10th best team in the East. I think they're a little bit better than that.
So if the play-in started, it's going to be Orlando versus the Heat and Atlanta versus Chicago. I definitely can see the Heat beating Orlando, and I can see Atlanta and Chicago is a toss-up.
Right.
Chicago could pull that shit out.
But whoever wins out of that series could go on to upset the next team they play, even though it doesn't seem like they got a chance.
The next team they would play would be Boston.
Well, they're not being Boston.
Because the one's going to play
right
the lower seed.
Right. Right.
And then the 2 is gonna play the next lowest seed.
Right.
3 versus 4. I mean 3 versus 6, and then 4 versus 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if Chicago or Atlanta came out of that game, they're gonna end up playing Boston. And if I don't see Orlando or Chicago beating, I mean Orlando or Miami beating fucking the Cavs.
Nah, fuck nah.
I think either one of them teams, they need to pack an extra bag when they go for this game. You know what I'm saying? When y'all go to Cleveland, make sure y'all pack an overnight bag so y'all can have what y'all need when y'all want to go out after y'all lose this fucking game.
Yeah, Cleveland and Boston, you're gonna have your sneakers laced all the way.
All the way. I don't
Boston
think,
will just tire you out. They don't even really gotta beat you. They just keep exchanging fresh men, and you run out of players.
Same thing with
essentially.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland has a deep roster,
Mm-hmm.
and they can just keep swapping until you get tired. What's going to be an interesting game is going to be the New York and the Detroit game. If the standings stay the same,
Oh yeah, for sure.
that 4 versus 5, Bucks taking that shit. Ain't no way to Pacers not beating the Bucks. I'm sorry, Bucks taking that shit. These are just preliminary. You know what I'm saying? Forecast that we haven't.
If the Pacers that showed up last year show up, the Bucks in trouble.
Yeah, but
shit, if the Pacers that's been out there this year show up,
the only thing I don't see is they don't have they.
You remember?
I mean, other than
the Halliburton game winner off the Giannis foul,
right?
I think that's the mental.
Let me look at their roster.
I think that's the mental edge that they're gonna have over Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Like it's not that Milwaukee's bad. I just think that.
And Toppin has become a force in the middle.
What man?
That's the real X factor. If Obi Toppin locks down the middle and doesn't give Giannis that lane, blocks it up, just having a body in there.
And with his elevation, he can go up with Giannis and defend.
Contest.
Right. Absolutely.
So I could see that. Right. Because their roster's already deep. That's the one thing about this. That's the greatest thing about what the front office at the Pacers did. They went out and got all the really good role players, young role players.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They picked up Isaiah Jackson. You got Isaiah Jackson. You got Quentin Jackson. You know what I'm saying? You got TJ McConnell, Ben Shepherd. You got Obi Toppin, Jalace Walker. I ain't seen him. Jalace Walker. I ain't seen him ball in a while. And then you already got Halliburton, Bryant, Freeman, and Tony Bradley. You know what I'm saying? You already got a started 5 of efficient players, but to have that deeper role, like just like we was talking about with Sacramento, you have way more solid role players that can come in, affect the game, and play their position properly and not have the team fall off. You know what I'm saying? But Obi Toppin, that is the rising star of this Pacers season, if you ask me.
Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam.
Oh, I didn't even go all the way down. I forgot they had Pascal Siakam.
It's gonna be a hard matchup. Pause. Like it's
the X factor for me.
Pacers have too many. They got too much, bro.
Yeah, but then they ain't. But what the Bucks have that they haven't had in previous seasons again, running up into this Pacer team, Dame. And nobody in the league has an answer for Dame.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Dame's on that. Remember when Harden was just shooting the lights out?
Right.
Nobody had an answer for Harden. Couldn't figure out what we're going to do about shutting down Harden.
Right.
Nobody's got an answer for Dame. For Dame time.
Right.
So
that is a valid point. He'll Dame will go for 40 or 50
Damian
like it's
Lillard take
nothing.
this whole game over.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
That Pacer team that we're looking at, and we've been looking at this year, very scrappy, on ball, a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? And they're not looking down on themselves.
Right.
I think that run, that deep run they had last year in the playoffs gave them a certain confidence. And then having Halliburton go to the actual Olympics.
Yeah, it bolstered up their confidence a whole lot.
Siakam been playing different this year.
Facts. Siakam been playing like he wants to lead his team.
Right, like he wants to be the leader of this team.
I mean, it really was his team until they got Halliburton, and then Halliburton just turned out to be a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
They get paid the same amount of money, so that lets you know how much the team value.
They get paid the same.
$42,176,000. They got the same exact contract.
Yeah. Yeah. They not trying to let Pascal.
Hell no. Hey, they saw what Kawhi Leonard was able to accomplish with him, and he wasn't even polished. Pause. Like he wasn't even developed like he is now. Siakam was really feeding off of Leonard's energy in that Toronto series that they won. Like he saw Leonard wasn't scared, and he was like, I don't have a reason to be scared. Let's go out here and beat these guys. And then Van Vliet. Or was it Kyle Lowry?
Nah, Kyle Lowry balled out in that series too, but Van Vliet
showed up in a
up.
way that people didn't expect.
Yeah, because we hadn't since college. You know, he came into the NBA. He had some amazing, games and stuff, but he never rise to the occasion to be a all-star, superstar player. But in that Toronto series,
he made his name.
What?
As far as in the NBA.
As far as in the NBA, because remember, he has a game-winning shot.
Yeah, he hadn't had a problem getting a job since that series. Like when one team done with him, another team ready to have him.
Yep. He's gonna end up being this era's, Rajon Rondo. Nobody's gonna, if Rondo wanted to keep playing, nobody's gonna ever turn Rajon Rondo down. Chris Paul, Jason Kidd, these were players that we saw become journeyman players that always could get a job, and not just get a job with some sucky ass team, get a job with a team that was on the rise and felt like you can be a major contribution for our next level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Kidd on the Mavericks.
Like Rondo when he gets to the Lakers.
Oh yeah. That was the bubble team.
Yeah, he's on the bubble team that gets the ring. Because remember, they got the same picture with him and his son that and he had in the Celtics. They got one like that with the Lakers.
Okay.
With him on the court, sitting down and the confetti and the kids around him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
He won a ring with the two winningest franchises
ever.
That's
two
dope.
Rival winningest franchises ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I guess you can. There's a couple players of that same ilk, that same journeyman ilk that has gotten, like a Robert Ory or Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Played for the biggest programs, biggest.
Van Vliet is on he's on a list that's pretty extensive.
Right.
As far as like,
because Fred VanVleet, he played for the Lakers for a little while too.
For real?
Yeah, I think he did. I don't think he got to start much, but I think that's one of his spots too that he landed. Of course, it didn't, but I'm not sure. Lakers give everybody a shot.
Oh hell yeah! If you can compliment our star,
right,
we'll give you a chance.
We'll give you a chance, especially if our star said go get him.
Oh yeah,
because when LeBron signed Carmelo, Westbrook, Rondo again. That was LeBron. I don't know what y'all think about the front office. That was LeBron saying, "Hey, I want my homeboy to run with me this year."
Right.
Mr. LeBron, listen. I'm calling the guys. We already talked about it. Don't make me go to the news. And I'm telling.
Don't make me hold another press conference.
Don't make me hold another press conference. My guy's on the way. Melo's already on the jet. Can y'all get this put together? And just like that nigga had all his homeboys balling with him. Ain't you know what I'm saying? That's why I was so surprised by the backlash that people had about him getting his son to play and getting his son on his team. I'm like, y'all don't remember LeBron signed his own pickup squad?
Right.
That nigga walked in the park and said, yeah, these my boys, we running. Y'all got to get off the court.
Y'all got pens, need to sign these contracts.
Right. Y'all, everybody else clear off. We got next, and we running with whoever. These my guys. This my team. Nah. He ain't playing no pickup over there. That was crazy.
Hey, that's LeBron. That's what that
LeBron.
is.
So when y'all heard that his son was gonna go to the team and everybody was in the uproar, I was like, what do you this nigga signed his uncle if he want to? What y'all talking about?
Nigga signed his mom.
Right. It's LeBron James.
On the NBA team.
Or the NBA team.
Not a WNBA
right,
team.
goddamn. My mama need to start.
Yeah.
My mama got a J. She need to start. Y'all got me fucked up. My name LeBron James.
Well, y'all, it was a good show. Got to get up out of here. Oh, no. Too late, my friend.
Yeah, you too late to get in, man.
We'll resume this conversation tomorrow. Caller, if you want to call in and get your input tomorrow, write it down. Set your reminder on your phone. Give us a shout. I'm Pushalini Da God.
I'm Stoner Brown.
.net is not here physically, but he is with us in spirit. Everybody have a good day.
You know it. We out.
Peace.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P. Not to mention, we got the host with the most. Kells, we got drink specials, plus the full kitchen, seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items, looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food. Something Special Bar and Lounge, 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something Special Bar and Lounge.